Hi guys, it's Miss Sherrill. Got a good project for you today. Hope you like it. This is for kids who don't have crayons. I'm hearing a lot of you have lost your crayons, or your brothers or sisters have done something with your crayons. You need to go buy some more crayons, guys, because I need some things done in color. Until then, I'm going to give you something that you could do with one color or a pencil. Don't think an ink pen. Well, an ink pen might work on this. I'm not sure. Either way, you can do this with one color, or you can do it with many colors. It's entirely up to you. This is what the project looks like. It's just a design. I call it positive, negative, or black and white. The reason I don't call it black and white all the time is because it's not always done with a dark pencil. But the reason I call it a design is because it's not something that's recognizable. It's not an actual picture. So what we're going to do is I think I'm going to start with the crayon first, and I'm just going to pick a crayon, any crayon that I picked one that was sharp because I've got so many. Mine have been used since the beginning of the year, and they're dwindling down to just about nothing, and I'm breaking them. Okay, you're gonna start with some kind of design, any kind of shape. You might want to make it interesting. That's entirely up to you. This is what I've chosen. You start in one place, you go around however you want, and you end. Then I want you to start dividing your paper. I'm going to divide it in half, and then I'm going to divide it half this way. So I've done a plus. Now I'm going to half this side, and I'm going to half this side. Now, see where I almost ran off? I want to stay in my shape, so I'm going to imagine that I come all the way across the space and come back and make it look like, almost looks like I had a ruler, doesn't it? Okay, then I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did there. I'm going to divide it one more time. I think I'm going to make it easy on myself. I'm going to divide it this way, up here, and then maybe right here. I think I'll come straight across this way. Okay, so that I don't have any really odd shapes in little small areas. Okay, so now I'm going to color in, and I want you to be half and half. I want it to be half the crayon, or whatever you're using, and half white. So my first design that I'm going to do is I'm going to do some polka dots. Okay, so there's a polka dot, little polka dot. I'm going to do some that are hanging off the side right there. And do some little ones. Actually, it's usually pretty good if you do big ones first, or medium. I'll do one right there, and then you could fill in the spaces, empty spaces, with the small ones. Okay, so does that look like 50% white, 50% crayon? That's pretty close. Okay, now if you want to switch colors, you can. Okay, I'm going to go on with the next one. The next one that I'm going to do, I think because this is an interesting shape by itself, I'm just going to make this one I think I'll color this first. Maybe I'll do it like this. Go ahead and there you go, do my stripes. And we'll color this one this way. I just thought this would be a little bit interesting if I did this one this way. Okay, there you go. So that's half and half. Whenever you do stripes and stuff like that, it's easy to measure which is half and half because you do every other one, so you know you're getting half and half. Now the next one that I'm going to do is, I think I'll do stripes this way on this one. And then I'm going to do stripes this way. Or lines this way, whatever you want to call them. And I'm trying to space them out the same amount so that they look like a grid. Okay, and I'm going to do the way I'm going to do this one half and half is I'm going to do a checkerboard. You know, with checkerboard, you color every other one on the first line. Okay, every other one. And when you do the second line, you don't do You don't color the one above the one you just colored. That one's going to stay empty. You color the one that's above the empty ones. So see, now there's an empty one on that line, so above it, I'm going to color that one in. There's an empty, so I'm going to color that one in. There's an empty, and I'm going to color that one in. And look at there, there's an empty, and there's just a little area right there that I can color in. So I'm going to go ahead and color the rest of these in. I could do better coloring. Oh gosh, look at there. Wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I see that's not an empty one, so I messed up. Luckily, I have some whiteout. If you have whiteout in your house, this is really wonderful stuff. So I'm going to, sometimes it doesn't look so good, but in this case, it looks pretty good. You can also do white paint across it if you want to, but boy, that just really worked good on that one, didn't it? So I'm going to turn this around and go this way because I don't want to put my fingers, that's not dry yet, and that stuff, well, when it gets on you, it does not come off. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get back on track. See, it's so easy. This is, this is why Miss Sherrill doesn't ever I never get upset with you guys when you make mistakes, because I make them too. And it's so sad that we don't have enough paper, we don't have enough money to buy the paper so that you guys can, when you mess up, you can get a clean sheet of paper. We use this side, we try using the other side, you got a second chance right here on this side, but after that, sorry, I don't have enough paper, and you guys already know that, I've already explained it to you. I don't have enough paper to give everybody two. So we have to work with our mistakes, and when you bring it up to me, I always work on it. Okay, now see, I could continue with this. I like that. I love this already. I like the fact that this is just only two colors, white and this blue. Now, I could switch colors and show you what it looks like if you do every other square a different color. That would be great. Another thing that you could do now that you've done this with crayons, if you have paint, you could paint over this crayon and have like a crayon resist, because you might remember that crayons and water and crayons do not mix. And so you could do, the reason it sounds like I'm in the middle of doing something is because I am looking for something that I wanted to show you that I didn't prepare for, that I'm not going to be able to show you because I can't find it. I don't want to walk away from the video. I don't want to stop it because I don't know how to put two videos together. So anyway, I'm not going to be able to show you what I want to show you. So anyway, you can actually paint over this with one color, watercolor. Watercolor will just will not cover the crayon, because water and the oil in the crayons, or the wax in the crayons, do not mix. So if you did yellow right here, the background would be yellow, and the crayon would remain purple. Okay, so then you can skip on and do this one, color over this one green with the green watercolor, and this one could be pink, and you could continue on. Now, another thing that you could do, I'm going to tell you that you've got to check with your parents first and make sure that it's okay with them. Did y'all hear that bell? Y'all miss hearing that bell, don't you? I wish y'all were here. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what to do to get some color, but you have to check with your parents first. If you have mustard in your house, you can get one little dab of mustard and mix it with a little bit of water. And you could use a Q-tip and use that Q-tip to color, and you could do each square yellow with that mustard, or you can do this one with this one could be colored, and then you can do checkerboard with this one. This one would be yellow, and this one would be yellow, and this one would be yellow, but this one would remain, these two would remain with the white background. This would have a yellow background, these two would have a white background. There's all kinds of variations that you could do. I wish I'd have thought earlier and got my watercolor set out for you, but I haven't watercolored in so long because y'all are not here that I think all my stuff has been packed up. But anyway, so I want you to do this any way that you want to. I want you to have a different design, and each one of them you can put. Now, remember I told you that you can skip colors. I'm gonna show you what it would look like. I love it like this, but I'm gonna show you what it would look like if you wanted to do different color. You could do hearts, like a whole row of hearts, and you could color all these in like this, and that could be. And if you feel like after you do that, you feel like that's not going to be, you could either do this one down this way, right up underneath that one, and continue like 3 in a row this way, and then do 4 in a row this way, or however you want to do it. And then in between, let me show you, do that one right there. If you feel like that doesn't look like 50-50 to you, that doesn't look like half crayon and half empty, you could do little dots in the middle or little flowers in the middle. The combinations that you could come up with, the creations are just endless. You could come up with all kinds of things. And I'll show you, so you can also do this with pencil. I did this one right here with pencil. And this one's not colored in very well, and I'll tell you why. Let me get a pencil. I'll go ahead and color it in while I'm talking. This one is not colored in because I did it as an example to a classroom. And you might remember that whenever I'm talking and whenever I'm doing a demonstration, I always try to finish very quickly so that you guys can have your time with doing the art. You don't come. I know you don't come in here to hear me talk the whole time. You come in here to work and do art. So I always try to go quickly. So that's why with this one right here, I was doing a lot of talking. And so see, now I'm cleaning it up, kind of cleaning it up and colored it in darker. And so this one is done with pencil. And you see how now I'm like this one right here, that was just to show the kids how to do the checkerboard, but now I've got the time to go back and color that in properly, and it'll look much better. On this checkerboard right here, I remember I told you it was 50-50. You might want to add just a little interest. I love doing stuff like this. I love this kind of art. I love the fact that you can always add something that just really gives this, like I can do an extra line right in here. Now this is going to be, that's kind of hard to get that one in there because it's kind of, but you can still go back and add and give it so much extra design. But this is a fun project. So remember, this one is done with pencil. So this one, I started out doing this one with all crayon, the same color, and then I showed you how you could switch and do this one, this color, do each one of them a different color, or make it checkerboard. I want to see what you can come up with, because I know how well you guys draw and how well you create different things from your imagination. So that's what I'm looking for, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to let you go because I think I've showed you enough. Don't forget that you need to take a photograph of this work of art, and you need to send it to me at my Google account that I opened up. I'm going to post it on the on Class Dojo, and then you can send it, post it in Class Dojo. Either one. I'm giving you 2 ways. Because I finally figured out, Coach finally helped me, showed me how I could capture your pictures from Class Dojo. I was having a problem with that at first, and now I know how to do it, so you can post to either one that you want. Try to make sure it's a good, clear photo because I might want to use it in the art show. Remember the art show, I have to have these turned in by April 1st, so they have to be into me by... I'll write on Class Dojo about that, so be watching about that announcement because I'm going to give you a deadline so you'll know when you have to have everything into me. I want to make sure that in the show, in the art show, that I include all you kids from remote, those of you that are staying home. And so that's why I need a really good picture. Make sure it's very clear. But you remember what I'm going to do. Please write your name on the back of your paper and not the front. The reason that when your artwork is going to be exhibited, the reason we don't want your name on the front is, in the art world, it's considered vulgar, is one word that they use. The French and the English use the word vulgar, but what they're trying to say is if you put your name too big on the front, then you're as if it's more important than your actual picture. They take it as if you're bragging, that it's all about you, and you won't make sure that your name is big enough for everybody to see. When artists sign theirs on the front, you might notice that some of them sign it like like in this area, like maybe right here where it's not noticeable. So that nobody can see it, and it's hardly noticeable, that you kind of hide it, and that's what acceptable in the art world. But the reason that that doesn't matter, I mean, that they don't want it really big, is because, and this is what I'm going to do in an art show. If it's in an exhibit, there's always we always have there's always a name tag beside it or below it. I think I'm gonna put yours beside it. And I put your name on there so people know who it belongs to without having to look for your signature. So if you would please put your name on the back for me, in case I choose it. What I do is, of course your name's on the back, so I don't know who does what. I lay them all out, like I'll do all my designs, lay them out, and then I will pick the best one or two that I think best represents our school. And then I look on the back and I put your name. I put it aside and put your name on the and see your name on the back and put it on the list, and it's going to be in the show. Please don't be upset if yours is not chosen. You know, we can't win everything. That's one of the things that we have to face as we're maturing. Hopefully you guys are mature enough to realize that you can't win everything, but you remember what I tell you. Everybody has a talent. Yours might not be art, but it could be sports, it could be singing, dancing. There's so many other things that you could be talented in. But also remember that that I don't grade on talent, and I don't look for talent. I look for finished projects, and I look for creativity. And so you can be creative without being talented. And so you might not like yours, and you might think it's awful and not even want to turn it into me. But you need to let me be the judge of it, because I'm the professional, and I might see something in it you don't see. You might not like it, but it might be my favorite one because it's got something special in it that just speaks to me. And I think that it would speak to the public. So go ahead and turn it in, and let me have a chance to look at it and review it and choose it. Okay. So again, I want to make sure that you don't worry about this. Never worry about whether anybody's going to like your art or not. You're the one that needs to like it, and that's what counts. I just hope you enjoy doing it. Okay. So guys, I'm gonna let you go. Do some good work for me. At least finish. Take your photos, send them in, and I will see you next week. Remember always, I love you and I really miss you, and I hope you stay safe. Bye-bye, guys.